Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our next chapter called The Status Quo of Female Representation. What will it take to close the gender gap in leadership? First, I will show you the table of contents. We have an introduction, the global gender gap trends, regional and cultural disparities, as well as industry specific challenges and the role of media. First, achieving high female representation and leadership remains a global challenge. The pace of change is still very low, and this chapter will really show you the facts, the numbers. And now I have a small little individual thought experiment task. What do you think at the pace of the current development? How many years will it take to completely close the gender pay gap? Think about that, and you are free to write your what you think and your idea into the blog and come back to dive deeper into this topic. So, what are the trends of global gender um, developments, the gender gap trends? So, women have reached 68.4% of gender parity globally, encompassing areas like education, health, political empowerment, and the economic participation. Political and economic parity remains the slowest to progress, with current trends indicating another 162 years for equity in these areas, which is a long time. We don't even know if the world will still exist there, if you consider stuff like global warming. So that's not fast enough. We have a slight improvement of 0.3% over the past year of the development, but it's still just too slow. And achieving gender parity really requires significant structural and cultural shifts. At the current rate, full gender parity, so 100%, will not be reached by the year of 2154. This is a long, long time. Next up, we have regional and cultural disparities. So, a woman that lives in Sweden or Norway experience a very different situation than a woman who lives in Iran, Iraq, or elsewhere. In the Scandinavian countries, we have a gender parity over 80% due to their cultural and societal values. So those countries are very much reflected, and they let in women much quicker because of just their development. They're very modern countries as well, not so much traditional based. Regions like the Middle East and North Africa score much lower with 62.6%, because those are definitely driven by traditional norms that prioritize caregiving roles for women. Latin America faces more cultural challenges, I would say, not so much like religious kind of beliefs. It has a lot of machismo culture where men are seen as just superior to women and therefore overshadow equal or superior education levels in women. What are the industry specific challenges? So, women globally hold only 28.3% of leadership roles, with disparities persisting across basically all sectors. That's a very low number. This number gets even lower in STEM fields. Women represent only 20% of jobs and 16.5% of patent investors, emphasizing the discussed lack of inclusion and innovation driven industries. Those industries usually also have higher wages. Public sector representation is uneven, with women holding 42% of judiciary positions but only 16% in policing, highlighting gender job roles. Representation in CEO roles is also very unequal. It has 26.2% in small enterprises and even less in large enterprises. So, even here, very little female representation. And then one more thing I would like to discuss is the role of media. So you probably are also um, signed in or logged in into LinkedIn and showing about your career progress. A lot of women are doing that, which is great because it provides visibility. But I was able to see that a lot of women also are faced by cyberbullying, especially when they show that they're combining their family and work life together. This kind of just perpetuates the focus that women have to always deal on their appearance or on their personal life, which can very much discourage women from engaging in professional networks. And of course, this is why media kind of influences again those societal views on women. So, what have we learned? Global gender parity shows a very slow progress, with full equality projected over a century away. That's a very long time, and the development is not going very um, quick, fast, not even appropriate, I would say. Cultural and societal norms continue to shape disparities, particularly in regions with strong traditional values. Then we have industry specific issues. Media does play a dual role, offering visibility and the possibility of giving a woman more confidence, but also perpetuating stereotypes and again undermining confidence. So it's kind of a uh, difficult thing. And then achieving equity requires addressing systematic, cultural, and media driven barriers. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for learning. Really review everything that we've discussed here and check your knowledge in the online test. See you soon.